Welcome to part 1 of the Chapter 2 test review. This is for course 3. And we're going to start off with number 8. And the question says, order the integers from least to greatest. And we know that the larger number is always on the right. So if you're thinking in terms of a number line, the smallest number would be furthest on the left. So in a number line, the one that would be furthest on the left would be a negative 102. Then would be negative 58. Then would be negative 56. And continuing from left to right, we would get 98 and end up with 114. Here we have 10, 12, 14, and 16. Write the opposite and the absolute value. Well, the opposite means on the other side of 0. So negative 13 on the other side of 0 would be positive 13. So the opposite would be 13. The opposite of 102 would be a negative 102. The opposite of 76 would be a negative 76. And the opposite of a negative 250 would be 250. Now the absolute value, the distance away from 0. Negative 13 would be 13 away from 0. 102 would be 102 away from 0. 76 would be 76 away from 0. And negative 250 would be 250 away from 0. '18 is find the sum, and I want you to try and think back to the card game that we played. 32 would be a black card, and negative 79 would be a red card. Well, what did we do when the cards were different colors? We subtracted them. If we subtract 79, take away 32, we get 47, and we know that we take the power of the largest sign. So 79 had a negative sign, and 79 is bigger than 32, so our answer would be a negative 47. Here is number 20. Find the sum. A negative 68 plus a negative 196. These would both be red cards. And when they're both red cards, we add them together, and our answer is going to be red or negative. So we add them. 468 plus 196 is 664. So this is a negative 664. 22 says a negative 96 plus a negative 11. So once again, we're going to add these. They're both red cards. So our answer is going to be red or negative. And so because they're both red, we add them together. 96 plus 11 is 107. So our answer is a negative 107. 24 says a negative 28 plus a negative 59. Both of these would be red cards. So we're going to add them together. Our answer is going to be red or negative. 28 plus 59 is 87. So our answer is a negative 87. 26 says 471 plus a negative 504, and these are different colors. This would be black, or this 504 would be red, and this would be a black card. So when we have different colors, we subtract them. So 504 minus 471 is 33. And then we take the sign of the largest number. 504 is the largest number, and it is negative. So our answer is a negative 33. 28 is 97 plus a negative 41. Once again, this would be black, and this one would be red. So we're going to subtract these. 97 subtract 41 would give us 56. And we take the sign of the largest number. In this case, the largest number is positive, so our answer is positive 56. All right, here's 30, and we are finding the difference. And remember, one of the big things here is to add the opposite. So we got 62, add the opposite of a negative 58 is positive 58. And so we add these two together, and that gives us a positive 120. Here is 32. It's 31 minus 108. We would rewrite this as 31 plus the opposite of 108, which would be a negative 108. Then we go back to what we just did with the blue and the red cards. This would be a red card. This would be a black card. And because they're different colors, we would subtract them. So 108 minus 31 gives us 77. And we take the sign of the largest one, and 108 is the largest, and it is negative. So our answer is a negative 77. Number 34, we have negative 56 minus a negative 32. So we're going to do negative 56 plus the opposite of negative 32 is positive 32. Now we're back to what we did before. Once again, this is a red card. This would be a black card. Because we have red and black, we subtract them. 56 minus 32 gives us 22. And we take the sign of the largest one. Since 56 is the largest, it's negative. Our answer is a negative 22. 36, it says 61 minus 28. We rewrite this as 61 plus the opposite of 28 is a negative 28. Now if we look at our problem, we can see that we've got, once again, a red card and a black card. So that means we're going to subtract. 61 minus 28 is here. And so when you subtract them, because they're different colored cards, you get 36. And you take the sign of the largest number. Well, our largest number is 61, and so it'll be positive 30. Finding the product, remember the rules. Negative times a negative is equal to positive. Negative times a positive is equal to a negative. And positive times a positive is equal to a positive. So looking at our first problem, we have a positive times a negative, meaning our answer is going to be negative. And we have 31 times 4. And so our answer is a negative 124. All right, this time we've got 4 pieces, 4 terms, and we're going to break it up into chunks. The first chunk we're going to do is right here. A negative 2 times a negative 3. Would that be positive or negative? Positive. Positive 6. Now we have a positive 6 times a positive 6. That gives us 6 times 6 is 36. So now we have 36 times a negative 8. And we know that a positive times a negative is going to give us a negative answer. And now we have 36 times 8, a negative 288. All right, here is 42. It says 9 times z minus 2 times x. So we're going to plug in what we know, and that's 9 times a negative 8, because z is equal to negative 8, minus 2 times x, which is negative 6. Order of operation tells us that we should do multiplication from left to right. 9 times 8 is a negative 72. This minus stays there. 2 times a negative 6 is negative 12. When we do add the opposite, we get a negative 72 plus 12. That gives us negative 60.